allegedly, because something came out yesterday and all the mill bloggers are like, well, it was an S-400 that shot it down. So the prevailing story is F-16. That's it. Do you have
I like
Doug?
that tweet. It was to the point.
Yeah. But the prevailing story, there's video of the wreckage. So they were picked up by the Russian forces in the area, which that plane is largely intact.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say that does not look like much of a shoot down. That
So
looks
the
like
story is that the new, I don't know if Doug, if you have one of the articles with the story, but from memory, the F-16 was doing some kind of strike mission, and they were working with the Saab 340 early warning.
AWACS.
I guess AWACS, they call it AEW. That was data linking and giving them the air picture, much like Wombat might in the Hawkeye. And it's got props. It's got props too, like the Hawkeye.
Wrong with props.
And it gave them everything's in metric, but like a 200-mile look when the Su-35 took off, and it ended up shooting an AMRAAM at them and killing them. Well, killing the aircraft. They actually jumped out, so they survived. There you go.
So that
AEW&C, airborne warning and control, platform assisted kill, vectoring the F-16 to a point within tracking range. But then, of course, the F-16 did its thing. It's the Dutch F-16 Alpha Mike. And scroll down, you can see the Saab 340, what it looks like. It's wild. Instead of a UFO, it just has like a glyph,
like a 2x4.
Yeah, it's like here's your.
It's carrying.
It looks like it's carrying some wood from Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
They just painted it. But anyway, that's gonna really piss some people off for sure. They're gonna be like, "This guy's an idiot." Of course I am. But obviously, it would be the first air-to-air kill from the Viper in this theater, if true. But again, some other mill bloggers came out and said, nah, it was the S-400 that shot it down like as soon as it got airborne, which also makes sense because, the range of a double-digit SAM out there is pretty lengthy. But fellas, what do y'all think? What's your take? That's all the information I have at this time.
I want to believe if I ever shot an AMRAAM at something, it would look worse than that plane looked. That plane did not look bad at all.
No, I mean, think about it. It's a proximity with a little shotgun blast, and that's a big airplane. So, I mean, one shot, it prox fuses on it. The little warhead goes off, takes out parts of it around the intake area, fods out the motor, takes out hides or whatever.
But then you punch and it goes in and explodes. It looks almost like they glided it in.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Flamed out and they were in a controlled ejection. I mean,
I don't know. That one last shot of it with the helicopter, like you see the top, and I'm like, that doesn't look like it's a.
Well, that's because from the bottom, It's like,
I don't know. Anyway, I don't.
Yeah, Wombat, I'm with you. So when I first saw the footage of it on the ground, I thought, it's not like I've seen every single crash site that has resulted from a shoot down, but
sure,
most of them come down at a different angle or the thing's blown in two pieces or whatever. I thought that was pretty intact to be a shoot down. And then Mover, you could help me out with this, but those Dutch F-16s it's mech scan radar, right?
Yeah. Doug, go back to the picture. Just freeze it on the ground if you could when you get a chance.
It's hard for me to. The Su-35 is, a capable airplane, and it's just hard for me to. I'm not saying it's impossible because obviously the Ukrainians have become really crafty in their tactics, as we talked about last week with that crazy drone strike they did. But it's a little bit weird to me that the Su-35 wouldn't know that because dude, to shoot an AMRAAM, you got to get so close to them, right?
Well, it was
it's
very
weird
close
to me.
Russian territory.
Right, but it's odd to me that an F-16 could get close enough to a Su-35 AIM-120-ish range, whatever that is, without the Su-35 even knowing.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? For one,
Yeah,
I'm
I
pretty
have
sure the
questions.
Su-35 has AESA, and then also I'm pretty sure he'd probably getting some sort of GCI stuff going on, and the F-16 is not exactly stealthy. I'm not saying the Ukrainians didn't do it. I just have questions in my head.
Yeah, I just have questions.
Tactics can overcome all these questions I have, but that's the thoughts that go through my mind as a fighter pilot.
So here's a question I have, and this is why I had Doug bring this up. Your points are all valid. However, I think any given Sunday, anything can happen. You know, I mean, dude, you don't turn same way we shot down our own Hornet in the stack, right? You're not
Allegedly.
Yeah. No, I think it's pretty valid. But go back, stop right here. What do you not see?
You don't see a skid mark. You don't see any burning. It looks like they just placed it there.
It looks like a vertical, like you did a flat spin all the way down. But if you did a flat spin all the way down, it wouldn't be this intact.
Yeah, it literally looks like they craned it and put it there.
This only makes sense to me if they if the carcass of the aircraft glided and then landed and then skidded to a stop here. This without an impact pattern or anything makes no sense to me. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying they craned it in. I'm just saying it does. How
did this happen?
Like, how did it get to this position without any kind of marks in because that looks like soft ground. You know, that looks like you would have some kind of markings as it flew into wherever it landed.
Dude, now, there's no fire.
There is.
Maybe it just ran out of fuel, and that was the story they pitched.
There's no.
Well, it would still have imprints of it. I mean, this looks like a 0 knot vertical
soft touchdown.
Yeah.
And then only the airplane burned. Dude, because what I'm saying, like if it crashed with fuel on board, the fuel would green. I mean, dude, an airplane crash site is, pretty catastrophic.
I mean, if we learned anything from Top Gun Maverick when, Phoenix took the birds, that plane, I mean, beautiful
back up. Hold on a second. Back up a second. Right where you see the other helicopter across the circle. What is that?
What is what?
What is that? Is that a Ka-52 or something? Ka-50? What kind of helicopter is that?
It's one with 0 glide ratio.
I mean, the first time I saw it, I'm like, oh, that's a Black Hawk. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why is there a Black Hawk in Russia?
Like a Black Shark.
Is that a Black Shark? It's hard to tell. It's so pixelated, but
I can't tell, man.
I mean,
that long nose.
So obviously this is, if that is a Black Shark, then this is a Russian video, which also raises some questions, right? The information protection of them not wanting to be embarrassed and save face and stuff. This is not something they would put out. This is something that they would kind of cover up a little bit, I think, on the Russian side, because this looks like it's the Russian, rescue team, the CSAR team. I'm interested in how it got to that position without any kind of markings except for where it ended up.
There's a little bit of marking right there, but not enough.
That looks like the engines, man. We're just kind of sitting back there.
Not 120 knots worth of, 130 or whatever. Even if you stalled it in, you're still talking 100, 110. I mean, dude, that's going to make a few thousand feet.
Oh, yeah. Or even 100 feet. Dude, I mean,
it's going to be longer than the length of the plane, which is what that.
Yeah, the jet's 70 feet long, and there's not even. I mean,
I don't know. I want to believe that the Viper did it because I love the F-16 and I want it to do good work out there. I think, to answer your question, Gonky, any given Sunday, that it could be the perfect storm. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that it happened. If it is an S-400, though, I have the same questions. If it is the double-digit SAM, is like, where's the, this? How did it get here, and where's the pattern of putting it here?
Dude, if it's a double-digit SAM, I would argue that thing should be like in many pieces.
Yeah.
Again, it depends on if it, impact or procs, right? Because it could have been a.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. A double-digit SAM, even with procs, that thing would be torn apart.
If it's if it procs is close enough, but not an actual hit, you know what I mean? Like,
and do they just shoot one at you? Like what are the tactics? Do they shoot 2 or 3, 4 at you?
If it did a procs and it ripped through the systems, my point is that plane's not going to come to rest like that. Right. It's gonna lose control and tear up. It may not tear up airborne, but it's certainly going to go in the ground hard.
But we have
that looks
seen-
smoother than most of my landings.
But we have
Right.
seen video of Su-30, Su-35s getting shot down in a flat spin. Like that seems to be when they lose control, they go into this flat spin. So maybe the thing is just super robust and it landed vertically and that's what you got. And we don't see the hidden damage because it's in, you know, heavy greenery, you know, that was soft enough to not completely break it apart.
But the tail is still vertical. Like,
Yeah. I mean, if you
dude,
pancake, you know, I mean, that's, I don't know.
All outcomes are possible.
This is a blurry video.
There's just
Yeah,
things that I have questions about that I like have not been explained to me.
Yeah. Tall grass, you know, it's not
One piece.
I mean, look how tall that grass is compared to the cockpit. You know, that had to be a
Su-30s,
vertical impact.
Yeah. Yeah, man, because the Su-30 sits, I mean, the cockpit is probably
you go.
12 feet up.
There you go.
Yeah.
It burned. It burned after it hit.
Yeah, but look, the airplane's intact.
yeah.
Yeah, because it landed vertically.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know.
It says it flew into an ambush and was shot down. He didn't know he was flying into a trap.
That's
I-
breaking news.
Okay. I mean, again, dude, I mean, I just don't. You get an F-16 into the range where it can shoot down a Su-35. I have a hard time believing. I mean, it's possible, but I have a hard time believing like the Su-30 pilot crew, whatever. Wouldn't
You know,
at
I
least.
mean, some things, dude, people can be incompetent.
No, dude, trust me. I've been there.
Yeah. I mean,
You know,
how
I
many
get
times have
it.
we seen superior aircraft get shot down by aircraft? You're like, how did you do that?
Yeah, yeah. How'd you get shot by the F5 again? It's like,
I love how you say
Well.
F5. Yeah.
it's like, well,
Foreshadowing.
there I was.
Yeah.
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 I don't know, man. That more questions than
Yeah.
answers. But hey, if it's real, awesome.
I mean, I don't even know how you'd fake it. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, I don't. They would have to
only
be
thing-
CGI if you faked it. I mean, that would
Well,
be
dude,
the only.
The only thing I can think of is that's just some old Russian footage somebody found of some weird, obscure accident that happened, and they're just
Yeah.
putting it out there as.
But still,
you know.
okay. If it's an obscure accident, how did it get there? Like, it's the same question whether it's shot down, runs out of fuel, or whatever. It's
That's what I'm saying. Their version of the CH-53 was carrying it, and the cable's broken. It just pancaked into the.
I doubt
I don't
that.
know.
I think it got hit, flat spin. They jumped out, and it just landed vertically. We'll see.
Hey,
I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't
We'll
know,
never
man.
know the truth in this.
No, I think if we knew anything that with this war, we will 100% know the truth because it is a truth war, tried and true. There's never been
Through and
any
through.
propaganda. yeah. So
Oh, is this a better video? That's a high.
It's about
Right.
8 pixels better.
It's better.
Yeah. So whatever it did, it landed vertically.
You just yeah, it's like somebody
Yeah.
just said it.
Well, dude, that's what they do when they get shot. They flat spin.
Dude, I don't. Well, all right.
It was deep in Russian territory.
This is from the Kiev Insider, so I take it. I would say the same thing if this is from like the Moscow Insider. Like, take this all with a grain of salt. It's like, dude. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I'm sad both sides are still shooting one another, but
yeah.
if a Viper got a kill on a Su-35, that's awesome. The Su-35 is a mean machine.